5 of you part of a witch? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Number 2 is, or was, should I say.
Once again, I have no clue who these people are.
A woman hiking alone set up camp near the Hermitage ruins along Ontario's Bruce Trail, arriving before sunset and positioning her tent beside a stone wall for shelter from the wind.
Okay, I'm just in my tent now. When I was setting up, a couple of times I saw lights in the woods, and one time it looked like it was coming right at me. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got busted. I don't know if it's hikers or if it is the park authorities doing rounds. Either way, they didn't come here to the ruins. They just walked through the path. But you know how it is at night. The light just really goes far. It is definitely getting cold. There is a chill in the air, not just temperature, if you know what I mean.
As she prepared her campsite, she noticed lights moving between the trees, with one appearing to travel directly toward her before changing direction, leaving her uncertain whether it belonged to other hikers or park staff on patrol. After nightfall, the wind intensified and the air grew colder, creating a tense atmosphere. From inside the tent, she heard sounds outside that at first resembled falling leaves or light rain, but continued close by, keeping her alert.
I don't know if those are leaves falling or if it's starting to rain. It is definitely a little bit creepy. Like, I'm not scared, but I'm definitely alert. It is 10 p.m. I think it's about time I try to get some sleep. Keep hearing noises outside of the tent. It's pretty close to Halloween, and this is a pretty famous haunted ruin, so I think a lot of people will come here at night to see if they get to see the ghost of William Black.
With Halloween approaching and the ruins associated with legends about William Black, the location felt especially disturbing. Eventually, the noises became what clearly sounded like footsteps moving beside the tent.
What the was that?
At sunrise, she packed up quickly and left the area, never learning what caused the movement in the darkness. Motivated by curiosity, he moved toward a narrow cave entrance and went inside, not realizing what the location truly represented. Shortly after, the situation became disturbing. When it was clear he had entered a bear's domain. Remaining calm was essential, as his steady behavior kept the animal from responding aggressively. Although he managed to get away without injury, the incident showed how dangerous such encounters can be, and why caution matters in unfamiliar environments. In the end, he exited safely, likely taking with him a hard-earned reminder about respecting wildlife and the hidden dangers of the wilderness. On February 26, 2024, a video posted by Welcome to the Woods UK revealed the results of a project intended to create calm instead of fear. The creator had been constructing a cabin within the forest, a shelter built from pallets and boards, but when he returned one evening, he discovered it ruined, pulled apart, knocked over, and turned back toward the trees. The destruction seemed intentional, and the woods no longer felt inviting.
What happened here? Oh my god. almighty. Don't know what is going on here. This woodland just gets stranger and stranger. But the gutting thing is I was hoping to show you lot that cabin built from start to finish. It was just going to be a little cabin. Might as well show you it now. It's wrecked.
Earlier trips caused concern with unexplained nighttime noises and trail cameras recording a dark figure stepping out of the forest. The motion looked unnatural at first.
I found something a bit more shocking and I was very, very tired. So I've checked him again in the van again today and it's exactly as what I see yesterday. So it weren't sleep deprivation. There's a figure at night time that's in the right hand side of I believe it's camera 6, starts off, comes out of the woodland, and then all of a sudden it seems to trigger the camera again and then come back out. That again happened about a week later on camera 4, but this time it's daytime and it's a bit more explainable. I mean, it looks to me like someone's in there poaching for the deer perhaps, or doing a bit of wildlife photography, but whoever it is shouldn't be there. They haven't got permission to be there. It's only me. I've phoned the landowner Chris. He swears blind that no one else should be in there. It's quite secure as well. I've never seen anyone in the 2 years that I know in there, even on any of the trail cams. Now, trail cam 1 didn't do very well. It's definitely, again, if it's not the same person, it is a person. They're dressed up in some sort of camouflage or poncho. I mean, it looks like they've got a big beard. I think it's a man, to be honest with you.
Although later daytime footage indicated it might have been a trespasser, possibly poaching or taking wildlife photos, though the landowner confirmed that no one else had permission to be there.
It's got darker a lot quicker than what I thought it would, and it's drawn in pitch black, inky black.
When he came back again after nightfall with rain falling and visibility almost gone, he heard sharp, cracking sounds nearby, as if someone were splitting wood with an axe.
That is where cabin number 2 is, or was, should I say. You should all remember, it should be put together by now. I was proper agitated that someone's done this to that. I don't know if you can hear it. I didn't see anything, but I could hear like wood splitting, like as in like someone chopping wood, like with an axe or something. I'm not entirely sure what that would have been. That was it.
Disturbed, he placed alarms and cameras around his camp.
There's us. So this is the little gadget I'm going to be using tonight to let me know if there's anyone about after dark. It's basically a gate alarm that farmers use. It's a 1-inch cartridge, 12 bore, non-lethal. There's no way it can hurt anyone unless you actually put your face to it, which in that case there's a little plate that covers it over. I'm going to strap that to a tree and then run a trip line all the way around the immediate vicinity of my camp at about waist height. That pin gets pulled from there because of the trip line being activated. This will let a charge off and it will hopefully either scare away whatever it is that's creeping about, and it will wake me up.
But throughout the night, footsteps and heavy thuds echoed from the surrounding woods, never close enough to see, yet near enough to create the feeling of being watched.
I've not got a clue what that noise was. There's about 8 different noises, sounded like someone was walking around about 40 yards away. I had no bang off of the alarm, but definitely a banging in the wood. I don't know what the audio is going to come up like on airwaves.
By morning, the forest that once symbolized adventure had turned into a place of unease, leaving him with the understanding that even seasoned campers can feel powerless when faced with something unknown, moving just beyond the tree line. The Junkyard Fox is a channel centered on crafting survival techniques, and outdoor life usually showing peaceful camping trips in handmade shelters. But one episode shifted in a disturbing direction.
Out here in beautiful West Texas, my usual stomping grounds, because I'm going to be spending the night in my primitive shelter. Okay, folks, so here is my camp. As you can tell, there's been a lot of winds. That's something a lot of people don't realize, but out in the open desert, I mean, we get some 30-mile-an-hour winds sometimes. And of course, you know, the shelter is going to need to constantly be updated and, you know, renovated, right? Like any home. And yeah, luckily, at first when I got here, I was sweating buckets, but look, check it out. It's starting to get nice and gloomy, so we may see a little bit of rain later. That'd be nice. But yeah, so as you can tell, the winds have come. They've knocked this side off, so I need to work on that. You guys remember I had a Motley Crue poster that I put here when I stayed here last time, and I can see it over there. And I can actually see a lizard. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right behind the Motley Crue poster, there's like a little lizard just hanging out. That's really cool.
While camping by himself in the familiar deserts of West Texas, he recorded powerful winds, damaging sections of his primitive shelter as he worked to fix it and get ready for the night. The situation appeared controllable, with moderate temperatures and only light weather predicted, and he lay down to rest. Several hours later, the calm was broken when loud music in a nearby truck woke him. Shortly after, he realized his vehicle's windows had been shot by unknown individuals who had driven through the area. Startled and unsettled, he understood the location was no longer safe and chose to end the trip at once.
So it's time to call it a night. Like I said, today, I'm not really hanging out in terms of, having some beers around the fire or nothing like that. It's more of a test of, being out here and stuff. And I foresee today being nicer anyway, an easier night, because forecast looks like the night's going to drop to the, early 60s, late 50s at most. So it's really nothing too bad. In case of anything, I do have my jacket here. And then I do also have my shamag down here, and I apologize for the crappy lighting. So in case of anything, I could just wrap that around my face or whatever. And that's about it. So in the morning, I'll wake up and I'll make some coffee. And that's about it for me. So have a good night, everyone. Okay, folks, so change of plans. I was asleep for 2 hours. Then I woke up to a truck driving nearby, and they shot my truck. They legitimately shot the windows on my truck. People I don't know. This is crazy. Look, these are my windows. This is insane. Once again, I have no clue who these people are. Just drunks. I could hear the loud music. That's what woke me up. And sure enough, so I'm guessing this trip is over. Oh man, what a mess.
Even though he was not injured, the event showed how quickly solo camping can turn unpredictable and dangerous, particularly in isolated places, raising doubts about whether solitude truly offers peace or instead leaves someone more vulnerable to unseen human threats. In September 2023, a wildlife researcher posted a dramatic moment on his YouTube channel following an unexpected event during an isolated swamp outing.
All right, so honest gear review time. I'm out here in a place like this in a remote swamp where the thunder's cracking off and there's alligators cruising around. There's a couple things that I absolutely cannot live without. One of those is a GPS. Doesn't matter where you go in the world, you should always have a GPS. Carry a big, bulky handheld one. I got hit. I felt it, yeah. I got hit. That hurt. Yeah, it just hurt. Shit, really? Yeah.
While recording a gear review under stormy skies with thunder overhead and alligators nearby, a bolt of lightning struck the water close enough to send a strong jolt through his body. The shock briefly caused numbness in his legs, making him pause and regain strength before heading to a safer spot. Although unsettled by how near the strike had been, he was fortunate it did not hit him directly, offering a clear reminder of how quickly ordinary outdoor trips can become dangerous when nature turns unpredictable. On September 23, 2025, the person running the Dog Daddy YouTube channel went through a troubling situation during what started as an ordinary day on his property.
Sorry, what'd you just say?
I heard you had these beautiful black German shepherds here, so I came down to say hi.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Is it okay if I come in just for a quick second?
Oh, no, we don't really allow visitors in.
I came a long way just to...
How do we even know they were here?
Somebody told me. This is where you...
How did you get here?
I walked from all the way down the road. Someone dropped me off.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Okay. We don't really allow visitors. We just moved in and, these dogs, they're out here with me now. They're friendly, but we have some rescue dogs and even protection dogs behind the other gate over there. So, we don't really have a open door policy.
Really great with dogs. Is it okay if I meet them? You'll see, I'll show you.
No, if these guys, they're out, if they want to come say hi at the gate, it's okay, but we don't really have any visitors on the property.
I mean, this is like the only...
No, don't open the gate. Like I said, the dogs in the back, they are not as friendly as the ones that are out here, so please don't open the gate.
I'll show you. It's just going to be a quick second. checking?
No, not today. Maybe another time, but we're not allowing visitors. And I don't even know how he got here.
I told you I came down the road. Listen,
Can you just go off the gate?
I thought you were nice. I just wanted to say hi to your dog.
No, we are nice. We just don't allow visitors on the property.
An unfamiliar woman suddenly arrived, saying she had heard about his dogs and wanted to see them, insisting she had walked a long distance just to come by, even after being clearly and repeatedly informed that visitors were not permitted. Especially because of the rescue and protection dogs, she remained on the property, becoming increasingly upset before finally leaving. What first seemed uncomfortable but harmless became more serious. Later that night, when the same woman returned after midnight again, entering the property and stating she had come to bless him and his dogs.
Listen, you need to leave now. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna let them out. It's midnight. What are you doing here? Leave now. It's midnight. We're not playing any more games. You are agitating my dogs. I told you late at night my guard dogs are out, and they're out. I'm not gonna be babysitting. You broke into the property at 3 in the morning. They're gonna come out.
I just came to bless you and your dog.
You need to leave now. You need to leave now. I'm letting them out. Don't come any closer. I'm gonna let them out. I'm gonna let them out.
Don't do that.
They're here and they're waiting.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna leave. The police has been looking for 4 days now. There's no one around. This is my place. I don't know where you're coming from. I don't know where you're coming from.
I just came to bless you.
I'm letting my dogs out.
Don't do that.
She disappeared. What the hell?
Her appearance at that hour, along with her refusal to leave, despite warnings about guard dogs and safety risks, caused the situation to escalate until police were called and stepped in. Although no one was injured, the repeated visits created serious concern, leading to one direct question when someone ignores boundaries and keeps returning. Where does coincidence stop and real danger begin? Published on January 11, 2026, the next unsettling footage comes from Justin Hancock, recognized for solo overlanding and remote camping with his dog, Hudson. After rising, floodwaters pushed him farther into the Idaho panhandle. The solitude he sought quickly felt less peaceful than anticipated. His plan for the evening was straightforward and quiet. The campsite was set within thick forest on a hillside, known for bear and cougar activity, positioned above a sharply sloping tree line.
Hey bear! Hey bear! Hey bear! Stay. Definitely a little spooked right now. There's something very big down this hill right here, but I have not seen anything yet. It's most likely just an elk or a moose, but still, that is the last thing you want to hear.
As darkness arrived, Justin began to hear heavy movement below the slope. He noticed signs of warmth indicating a large, warm-blooded animal traveling through the trees. Whatever was there sounded strong and close, yet never appeared in view. He stayed composed, thinking it might be an elk or a moose, while carefully tracking the direction of the sound.
Haven't heard it for a couple minutes now. I might get my Bluetooth speaker out and start playing some music just so it knows we're here.
The tension increased as the noises came and went, made worse by the fact that nothing could be seen. Hudson reacted to the same disturbance, confirming the presence was real. Not taking any risks, Justin placed his dog safely inside the truck. After several minutes, the movement stopped entirely. The quiet that followed felt unsettling instead of reassuring. The animal was never observed, but hearing something large nearby kept Justin on edge. In wooded areas, animals can move silently at night, and sudden stillness can feel threatening. If you were alone, would that silence make you feel safe or uneasy? Camping turns risky when the noises around you stop feeling natural. Posted on December 20th, 2025. The next unsettling video comes from a channel devoted to bushcraft and wilderness survival, showing a man camping alone in a cabin during the depths of an Alaskan winter. Dragging a heavy sled through icy conditions, he assumed isolation meant protection. unaware that the silence ahead would hint that something else was nearby, aware of his presence.
Whittle me some smaller pieces around here. See if I can find my cotton balls. Stick them in here. Maybe they're in here. Probably in the car somewhere. The car was a mess. So I guess what we're gonna try to do is a torn up paper bag. And I'm gonna fray these edges here. Oh, look at that. More of this in there.
Inside the cabin, he unloads his supplies and works to start a fire depending on survival skills as the cold remains constant. That routine is abruptly interrupted when an unfamiliar person approaches the cabin without warning. In a place defined by emptiness, the sudden appearance instantly increases tension. Although the interaction stays calm and respectful, knowing someone else is close breaks the feeling of security and leaves an uneasy stillness behind.
Hey, what's up?
What is this place?
Oh, this is a public use cabin on this lake. There's 3. The state builds these and you can rent them out for a night.
After the fire is finally burning, he prepares a simple meal and warms the cabin while temperatures outside stay far below freezing.
28 degrees outside with 70 in the cabin. Like I said, it's been warm. I don't even have my jacket on. I just have a sweater. Until next time.
By morning, he packs his gear, makes a hot drink, and begins the long journey back on his own. The experience becomes a reminder that in remote wilderness, even a short human encounter can feel as unsettling as the cold. In isolated winter landscapes, small problems can escalate quickly. The stranger may have meant no harm, but remaining calm, prepared, and watchful likely kept him safe. Would your abilities and mindset be enough if you faced the same situation alone? Posted on January 17, 2026, the footage comes from Exploring with Brad, a channel centered on solo paranormal research, overnight camping, and nighttime exploration in remote areas. Recorded in a forest near Barrie, the atmosphere feels unsettling soon after dark as unexplained noises interrupt the silence, hinting that the investigation will change direction much earlier than expected.
Okay, I heard that. It sounded like a scream coming out this way. I don't even feel like saying hello or anything like that because I don't really want things following me or coming after me, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is Witch Rock. We're right here. Wow, I heard that sound. It's not far from the Witch Rock.
While traveling deeper along the trails, Brad hears what resembles a distant scream near a place known as Witch Rock. The sound cuts off suddenly, leaving the woods unnaturally quiet and strengthening the sense that he is not alone.
Were the 5 of you part of a witch? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yo, I just heard something. Came this way. It sounded like it said something. I know you're out there.
Not long after, a clear, voice-like sound seems to come from the trees. The noise feels close and deliberate, causing him to stop as tension rises quickly.
Sakes, what the frick was that? What the frick was that? Oh my god. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, let's go. Let's go. What the hell was that? Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh man. What was that? Oh, that sounded like a growl. Some sort of creature.
Later, while resting inside a small forest shelter, a spirit communication device activates while Brad is asleep. He wakes in distress, describing a heavy feeling of mental pressure and discomfort.
Oh my goodness, what was that? Oh, frick, that was scary.
Walk left.
Walk left. What the fudge?
After waking, he hears what seem to be gunshot-like sounds and distant screaming followed by harsh growling noises. Unable to determine their source, Brad becomes convinced that something active is occurring outside.
Another gunshot. There's another gunshot.
As the sounds continue, the situation reaches a critical point. Brad decides he cannot remain and begins packing up in a hurry. As he retreats through the forest, he hears movement, growls, and what he believes are cries for help behind him. Convinced he is being followed, he does not stop until he reaches safety. The investigation shifts from quiet unease to intense fear, ending with Brad leaving the site behind. By the conclusion of the video, he is shaken and convinced that something in the woods did not want him there. Whether caused by paranormal forces, psychological stress, or physical presence, the experience leaves a lasting impact and underscores the risks of exploring alone at night in isolated locations with ominous reputations. In dark, remote forests, fear can escalate quickly when sounds have no clear explanation. Stress, imagination, or real danger may all contribute. If you were alone at night and heard these noises, would you stay or leave at once? The next disturbing footage comes from Brothers Wild, a UK-based channel operated by two brothers who explore abandoned factories, wartime remains, and remote campsites with an emphasis on realism and physical endurance. Released on January 11th, 2024, the video is set at the Royal Ordnance Factory in Wales. As ice forms on their tents and night settles in the enormous silent complex begins to feel less deserted than it looks. While they sit in place, the environment becomes more apparent. Collapsed concrete buildings, dense thorny growth, flooded walkways, and towering industrial ruins disappearing into the dark. Aside from distant traffic sounds, the area remains largely quiet, creating an uneasy mood.
Right guys, it's that cold that I've had to switch over to my phone camera. What I was trying to say is, since nightfall, it's gone a bit eerie down here. There's the, is it an M2 reader? It's an M2 reader or something like that.
EMF reader.
EMF. So we've got a little green flicker there.
A short spike appears on their EMF meter. Although they believe their own gear may be responsible, the surroundings make the reading feel unsettling instead of comforting. As they move through the site after nightfall, they encounter sharp drops, unstable ladders, slippery ground, and limited visibility, turning every step into a potential hazard. Once the camp is fully established, the temperature drops further, and frost settles over the tents. Encircled by decaying structures and near total darkness, the sense of isolation grows heavier. Even without any clear paranormal events, the night is defined by environmental risks, freezing air, and the challenge of discreet camping among mud-standing water and thick vegetation. Abandoned industrial locations can feel threatening, even without anything supernatural. Darkness, cold, and hazardous ground heightens stress and fear. Would you feel secure camping in a place like this? The footage comes from the Sheep Shepherds, a UK-based channel recognized for immersive overnight stays in remote bothies and isolated places, filmed with minimal dramatization and genuine reactions. Released on December 4th, 2025, it is set at North City Bothy in mid-Wales. As darkness settles and the fire begins to fade, the building starts to creak, giving the impression that something inside is still shifting. Soon, small unexplained sounds attract attention, light thuds, faint movement, and the sense that noises are coming from elsewhere within the structure. Conversation quiets as everyone becomes more alert, leading to the first clear disruption.
Oh my god, I just cheered the fuck up. Now I found it cold in the piece. That was 100% upstairs. Yo, you've got that on film too. That was a full pace, bro. Yeah.
Clear footsteps are then heard moving across the floor above them. The pacing sounds steady and deliberate, immediately troubling the group since no one is upstairs. Several members react at the same time, confirming they are all hearing the same thing. Later that night, the group reports hearing classical-style music inside the bothy. The sound closely matches stories they had mentioned earlier about the site changing their reactions from nervous humor to real unease, as the legends seem to match what they are experiencing.
What the hell? Do you reckon I'd pick it up?
Yeah, maybe.
Go home.
Actually, no, get me out of here.
No.
By morning, the mood shifts entirely. Daylight fills the bothy, and the group packs up without further disturbance. After washing in a nearby stream, they reflect on how intense the footsteps' heavy impacts and reported music felt during the night. Old structures can carry and magnify sounds, especially after dark, making ordinary noise seem frightening. But when several people hear the same thing, doubt becomes harder to dismiss. Would you remain calm or decide to leave if this happened to you?
That's it for tonight. Which moment creeped you out the most? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story? Share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.